explains why pulling those all-nighters in college to cram for an exam did not work. You may notice the one next to me, she has no trouble sleeping, all night, all day. And between 50 and 70 million Americans have some type of sleep disorder. Hi there and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about sleep. We are just now beginning to learn how important sleep is for every aspect of our life, but especially our health. I know usually we think of sleep as kind of an inactive state of the body where nothing's going on, but in reality it's a very dynamic, active stage for your body. During the night while you're asleep, your body is repairing cells, it's removing waste products from your brain. I didn't even know I had waste products in my brain. Adequate sleep is crucial for learning, for memorization, for focus, and for all cognitive aspects. So this explains why pulling those all-nighters in college to cram for an exam did not work for me. Sleep improves your immune system and your metabolism. Sleep can prevent you from having chronic illnesses such as heart disease and diabetes. Sleep helps regulate your emotions, helps reduce stress, and helps promote a positive, happy mood. So how do we get all of these wonderful benefits if we can't even get a decent night's sleep? Insomnia is on the rise in the United States. In 2024, between 30 and 40% of Americans reported having some occasional problems with insomnia. Even over 12% of people aged 18 to 24 are having problems with insomnia. 10% of Americans struggle with chronic insomnia, and between 50 and 70 million Americans have some type of sleep disorder. A great night's sleep starts first thing in the morning, and your ability to support that continues throughout the day. It's called Sleepmaxxing, and we're about to learn how to do it. The definition of Sleepmaxxing is the practice of optimizing one's sleep through various techniques and hacks with the goal of achieving the best possible sleep quality and quantity. So let's start Sleepmaxxing. Before we start, it's probably best to know a few things about how sleep works in your body. So your body has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm, and your circadian rhythm is controlled by sunlight and by darkness. Pretty simple, right? Early morning sun. Early morning sun helps regulate your body's internal clock known as your circadian rhythm. Morning sunlight suppresses melatonin, which then helps you feel awake and alert. This exposure also causes your body to produce more melatonin later in the evening, signaling that it's time to sleep and promoting a healthy sleep cycle. Slow down on caffeine 6 to 8 hours before sleep. Slowing down on your caffeine 6 to 8 hours before going to sleep is extremely helpful. Now, if you're struggling with a lot of insomnia, you might want to bump that up to 8 to 10 hours before you go to sleep. You might also want to consider cutting out all caffeine until you see how much your body can handle. I have been drinking decaf coffee for years, but I still like to have some dark chocolate every day, and I always like to have a little bit after dinner at night. If we go out to a late dinner and we don't come home until 10 or 11 o'clock, I still want to grab that little piece of dark chocolate. And there's this one treat that I like that is dark chocolate covered cashews, and it's probably like 90% dark chocolate. If I make the mistake of having a few of those before bedtime, it will definitely affect my sleep. You might want to consider getting a journal where you can track how much caffeine you have, what time of day you have it, and how it affects your sleep that night. That would be a really good way to get some insight on how caffeine is affecting your sleep. Exercise. Exercise improves sleep, it increases melatonin, it reduces stress, and it helps regulate your body temperature. Exercising can lead to faster sleep onset, improved sleep quality, and reduced daytime sleepiness. The best time of day for you to exercise for sleep improvement is very individual. Experiment with different times of the day and see what works best for you. I know for me, I like to work out first thing in the morning. I've never thought really of exercise affecting my sleep, but my husband works out in the evening, sometimes as late as 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't seem to affect him at all. A hot bath or sauna. A hot bath or sauna will help improve your sleep by raising your body's core temperature, and then that cooling down process helps to signal to your body that it's time to go to sleep. The post-heat cooling phase signals your hypothalamus to induce sleepiness, allowing you to fall asleep faster and enjoy better quality sleep. It's like your brain sends out this bulletin that says, okay, we've had our hot bath, it is time to go to sleep. Consider a natural sleep supplement. Okay, we've mentioned melatonin multiple times. I have been using Stellus this for several weeks now, and it truly works. I've always taken magnesium for sleep, or maybe melatonin or L-theanine, but I was sort of all over the place with it and didn't really know how much to take, what I should group together. And when the people at Stellus asked me to try their night capsules, I was so excited to see the list of ingredients. Now, in 1 or 2 capsules, I get the ideal amount of melatonin, L-theanine, magnesium, B6, ashwagandha, and more. Right away, I felt very comfortable with Stellus since the ingredients were already so familiar to me. I take 1 or 2 capsules 30 to 45 minutes before going to bed, and I fall asleep. I stay asleep, which is so important to me, and I wake feeling super refreshed and ready to start my day. I love this product so much that the people at Stellus gave me my own link for my viewers if you want to try Stellus, and they gave me a 10% off code that I will have up above, and I will also put in my description below. You can get 10% off of your first order of Stellus. Okay, I can already feel the Sleepmaxxing. So let's talk more about a few more things that you can do to try to help get a great night's sleep. Sleep in a dark, quiet room. Consider going the extra mile to make sure that your room is nice and dark and quiet. You may need a sleep mask or a sound machine or earplugs. You might even want to consider getting those little stickers that you can put on technology devices in your room to block out that light. You may think you don't have that many of those, but if you look around the room in the dark, you'll be really surprised. Make sure your room is cold. Science recommends that we sleep in an environment that is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I like to sleep with my thermostat on 66 at night, and in the winter, I just don't even turn the heat on at night unless we're having like a snowstorm or something, and that's not usually a big problem here in Texas. A cool room helps cause that drop in body temperature that is so important for going to sleep. You may notice the one next to me, she has no trouble sleeping all night, all day. The cooler temperatures help promote healthier sleep patterns, such as really deep REM sleep, which is so important. It also helps your body reduce sleep-enhancing hormones such as melatonin. Calm your body a couple of hours before sleeping. So this means don't eat so that your digestive system can calm down and rest. This means try to stop working, try to get off of your screens. And if you can't do that for 2 hours before going to bed, definitely wear some blue light glasses. This is a great time to also have your hot bath or your sauna and just start to slowly shut down all the systems in your body to get ready for sleep. Now it's time to put all of this together to get a great night's sleep. Now, if you've really been struggling with some serious insomnia, it could take you a week or 2 of your new Sleepmaxxing plan to really start to see some results. But if you're like me and you just have an occasional night of insomnia, or you fall asleep and you cannot stay asleep, I think you're going to see results pretty quickly. On the days that I really dedicate myself to following my personal Sleepmaxxing plan, I know I'm going to have an amazing night's sleep without fail. So in the comments below, please let me know what your favorite part of your Sleepmaxxing program is. Let me know what works best for you. And if you've stayed with this video to this point, please comment with this emoji. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider subscribing to my channel and tell your friends about us. Also hit that like button. I would so appreciate it. Have a great day and an even better night's sleep. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.